All praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha, Rakah Kodash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abba. So this is Mark 8, verse 34. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples, also he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross and follow me. So let's go into the translation comparison. We're going to read the NLT version. Then calling the crowd, which this is a crowd of Israelites, to join his disciples, he said, If any of you wants to be my follower, you must turn from your selfish ways, take up your cross, and follow me. Okay? Now let's go into that word follow. It says,
Strong's G 190, akalutheo, akalutheo.
and as you can see right away, root word etymology goes back to another word. It says as a particle of union, and the key lithos, a road.
Particle.
See, particle, a minute portion of matter, the least possible amount. Right? So origin Hebrew, first letter of Greek alphabet, which is it's alpha in the Greek, but it'd be A in the Hebrew. Hamashiach is the alpha, which means he's the first creation, to indicate that he is the beginning and the end. All right, the alpha and the omega. All right. So it says to follow one, that one being the alpha, who proceeds, Yahweh Shai, he came first. Join him as his attendant, right? We're fulfilling his work in Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, by the Holy Spirit. It says accompany him, and really we're just going for the ride because the Lord's doing it all. To join one as a disciple, which means as a student, become or be his disciple, side with his party, right? We're not choosing any party of this world. We're not being part of the Republican Party. We're not part of the Democratic Party. We're a part of Yahweh Shai. We want to be in that party of the marriage supper of the Lamb and the bride. It says, and it also goes into reach, right? We follow and we reach. There's going to be eventually a reward when Yahweh Shai returns for them that follow him correctly. It says, Strong's definition, it says, properly to be in the same way with, i.e., in other words, to accompany, especially as a disciple, follow, and then reach. And you're going to reach your destination when Yahweh Shai returns, which I hope to be in that number that joins him. It says to get up to or as far as, see, to become as, and eventually to be with him as he is. All right, and that's what's going to happen. Okay, it says come to, we're going to come to Yahweh Shai and be changed as he is. Your letter reached me yesterday, which we're doing these videos. These are like the epistles, but they're videos. His voice reached out. The last rose, which he's not here, but he's in the spirit with his elect men, and our words are not our own. And we're out here trying to tell our people his word, the Father's word, which speaks of Yahushai. Because Yahushai has commanded us to go out and preach the gospel. They hoped to reach an agreement, which that agreement is that we're going to be saved and changed. The Lord, our Father, says that he has good intentions for us. Yahushai paid that price for us. And Yahushai is coming back to get us, to give us that reward. All right, there's a reward when he returns. Let me get Revelation 22. And I believe it's at the bottom of the chapter. It says, uh, 12. In Revelation 22:12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha, he is the beginning, and Omega, he is the end. When he returns, that's the end. The beginning and the end, the first and the last. All right? So Yahushai, he is the Messiah. That was the first creation, and he came down to save his people from the wage of sin. All right? So we have to take up our cross and follow him, denying ourselves, right? And then that word deny, let's go into that word. Let him deny.
Strong's G 533. Aparneamai. Strong's G 533. Aparneamai. Aparneamai.
Nemai.
Strong's G 533. Aparneamai. Aparneamai.
Aparneamai. It says to deny, to affirm that one has no acquaintance or connection with someone, to forget oneself, lose sight of oneself and one's own interests. All right, you're not here to build. We have families, but our purpose, we didn't come to be fathers and have children and build a life here. All right, we came to prophesy, but the Lord had favor on us and allows us these extra little pleasures of being mortal, of perhaps having a wife, being able to have the pleasure of having a wife or children, or being able to make some money to buy some food. There's little pleasures that we get being in the mortal flesh, but our purpose is to prophesy. All right, this is our purpose. And we prophesy of Yahweh and his son Yahushai. We speak through the word of Yahweh, which speaks of Yahushai coming to the earth. He came the first time, and now he's coming this last time, which he's going to change the earth from its wicked ways by destroying the wicked that rule over it. The wicked are the red devil, the so-called white race. They are the wicked that rule the world, and that's why the people mourn. That's why there's starving children. That's why there's children being trafficked and being paid for by the U.S. government. That's why there's, all the issues of the world go back to this so-called white race being empowered. The reason they're in power with the other nations under them is because the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all right, are those, everybody talks about these fallen angels. We are those fallen angels. All right. So it says in verse 1 of Genesis 6, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, this is before the flood, and daughters were born unto men, all right, unto the heathen. And the sons of God, Yahweh is our God, and we were the sons of God back then, which were the Israelites in this time, saw the daughters of men, we were looking at the other nations' daughters, that they were fair, they looked good to us. And they took them wives of all which they chose. And Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. So we lost the Holy Spirit. Yet his days shall be 120 years. So we lost the ability to live forever. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Yahweh came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, which we got our children looking like the other nations. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown, which they became men of authority and power, right? It says, and it says God, but it'd be the Elohim, which report to Yahweh through his son Yahushai, saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually, just like in this generation, right? I was listening to this, this modern days rap music yesterday. I was by myself, and I put the best hip hop songs of 2023, and all of them are self hatred, murder your brother, take his wife, pimp his hoes. You know what I'm saying? Just complete abominations of our people, the Israelites, which were at one time gods on this earth. All right? But we fell because we took the heathen women, and then they led us into worshiping their idols. All right? And this is why we're in a wicked state even today. Even after the flood, the earth started over again, but the wicked are ruling. All right? The wicked, which were back then, they were the serpent in the Garden of Eden. And that's what led up to the flood. That's why the flood had to happen. So today it's a repeat. You have the sons of God back, which are the Israelites. You got the serpent, right, which he was also Cain, which killed his brother Abel. All right, which now we have Edom, which is the so-called white race, right, the wicked that rule the world, which want to be gods, but they're gods of this world, which their power is weaker than ours. All right, their power is limited. Ours is not limited, and that's why we were allowed to experience this, to show us our power is not limited. All right? No matter how far we got away from our power was strong enough to pull us back and bring us back into the rightful way, which our power has set, which Yahushua is the way. He's the Alpha. He's the one that proceedeth first. He's the end. He's the author of our and finisher of our faith, the Alpha and the Omega. All right? So right now we're in that time of judgment because everyone's heart is evil continually. All right? It says in verse 6, and it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart, which he had prophets, going from the beginning, prophesying of this destruction. Even Noah. All right, there was prophecies of this, and there's prophecies of the judgment to come, which is going to be by fire this time. Verse 7, and Yahweh said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. So he's saying, fuck these people, just kill them, you know? Repented meaning it's like he changed his mind. I don't want this no more. All right? And so he destroyed them because everything was corrupted. It wasn't like when he made it. Because the wicked corrupts the earth like iron does like rust does iron. All right? But this time he's going to enslave that wicked under the righteous and then make them extinct after 1,000 years. All right, because he's about to do the same thing. When these nuclear missiles go off, it's going to kill birds, it's going to kill beasts, it's going to kill the trees, it's going to kill the grass, it's going to, everything's going to be destroyed in it. All the elements, right? All those worlds that are in the elements, the Lord's going to destroy all this and bring it back under the righteous. All right, but America will be a desert as a memorial to the righteous judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai against the wicked. All right, it says, but Noah, which the Noah today are the elect, found grace in the eyes of Yahweh, which that's what we have, is grace, and that's why we remember ourselves in the time that we're in this slavery, so that we could warn our people of the judgment so that the elect may be saved. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, in which we're in ours, and we're being perfect by practicing these righteous acts. And Noah walked with Yahweh, and we're only allowed to walk with Yahweh because of Yahweh Shai. So this is why we give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. In the Rakak Kodash, in the Holy Spirit, do we remember Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And we only remember them so that we may be saved. All praises and glory be to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ha Rakak Kodash, and double honors to our apostle elders which rule great millstone well, which taught us this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abba babal.